Okay, welcome back again to my channel, and so this time we'll be playing this TCG Duel Invocation or whatever, and this time is the event called 0 Hour Invocation. And as you can see, I have completed all 3 other events previously. The one that involves fighting, the one that involves running, and the one that involves, well, brain. But of course I speedrun it with relative ease and ended up getting every single one of them completed. I mean, at the hardest part, like the combat, there is like multipliers, of course, like the other combat as we have seen on the previous event, which is about vibro crystal research. There's some multipliers. I picked the ×4 multiplier and we ended up still winning. Turns out, well, you can just use the same team again and again, and they don't give you trial characters, which means, well, if one team works, then it will work every single time, 4 times for 4 levels. There's only 4 levels, so I continue, and, well, of course, I completed all of them, the fighting, the running, and lastly, the puzzle, in under 15 minutes. Well, it's a fast one. What do you expect? And today we will be playing cards, and as you guys know, playing cards takes time, so which is why exactly we play this 0 Hour Invocations last. And as what was revealed in the live stream, I watched the Chinese live stream because why not? Well, we are going to play with familiar faces, 伙伴. So, okay. So, who will be fighting against in Mondstadt actually? Let me just find out. Cheerful Torchbearer.
So you're the one I'll be playing against. It's a real competition this time, so you'd better be ready. Okay, I need to go over my deck one more time, and if things don't work out, I guess I'll have to ask someone for advice.
Okay, there's a little bit of editor's notes here, and you might realize that we didn't play against Amber. Well, I have one simple explanation. I've played through every single one of them, of course, all 4 characters, and I've managed to win. However, well, the video is too long, and you might ask why? Because when I fight against Amber, spoiler alert, I lost. And if I include every single clip, my video will be over an hour long. And of course, I feel like that is going to be too long. So I am going to sadly crop my fight against Amber that I lost, because for the sake of this video being not too long and still enjoyable to you guys. And I am very sorry for this. And so let's get to the next opponent. Hong Yu. Literally means like oil or something.
Seems like you'll be playing against me this time. Great! I was just looking for a worthy opponent. A decisive victory is rather difficult to achieve in this tournament.
And by the way, some of you guys might wonder, why do I always reject them when I battle? Well, it's because I want to see all of their voice lines, so I gotta do that. And I will make sure not to talk when a character is talking, so I gotta crop it if that happens.
Seems like you'll be playing against me this time. Great! I was just looking for a worthy opponent.
Okay, and this time we will be fighting against Secchu. And as you can see, we have, of course, the buff. Well, it's the buff about getting all your dice will be omni-elemental dice, which means you can basically do anything you want in this match. Well, it's the same as the event before, though I didn't play the event because I'm not interested and I haven't played a lot of cards. So my cards are literally just visual, sucrose, and the basics. So, okay, well, this is my second attempt at recording this event. Well, basically, on my previous recording, well, thankfully I haven't played anything yet, and that is a very good thing, because right at the start I got a warning that I have a full storage. So I have to stop the recording and abandon Secchu. Like, we haven't even do any moves, which is good, by the way. If I abandoned like in the middle of the fight, it'll even be funnier. But okay, thankfully it didn't happen in the middle of the fight. It happened like way early in the beginning, where nobody has ever made a move. Even I haven't drawn any cards yet, which is very good, by the way. Okay, I have cleaned my storage. It should be enough.
No more holding back. Let me weave you a verse.
By the way, if anyone asks for my strategy every time I play a card, I will try to explain it as best as I can. Since I am no professional in this game, so basically...
I will have order!
So basically, I have picked this team specifically so that I can use strongly for his shield, of course, for protection. And as you can see, since we have full energy, we can just go on full burst, which is 天动万象, the iconic burst voice line.
Disappear!
And so, since we have nothing to do, I'm going to end my round first, and then the opponent just attack me with Xiao because, of course, I have ended my round. And today, after this, I'm going to play with Magu Genki. So I have picked Magu Genki especially because, well, there is something in this game called a passive attack. Usually what the Magu Genki is good at is to use some passive attacks. So his skills are basically passive attacks. So what does that mean? So it doesn't directly attack when you end your round, and that will attack instead of directly attacking. So I have picked Magu Genki to activate him first, and if you activate him first, that means the next character you play, his passive attack would still be activated, and it will be attacking your opponent after you switch to the other character and then do some more attacks. So it is always best to activate passive attacks first before switching to any other opponents. In this case, I go from Zhongli to Magu Genki and then to Ganyu.
Higher, pants on fire!
And so as you can see right here, I cannot attack at the moment. So basically, my previous mistake when I play with Ember is that I ignore all the cards that I got, which is a big mistake. Always try to make sure to read all your cards that you get. Sometimes you might even have an advantage on that card that you cannot do otherwise. And one of the strategies that you can use is to use your burst once it's full. Because if you don't use your burst, like right now, then you're wasting it.
Useless.
You should.
How about this?
Okay, my Zhongli just died, but it's okay, we can still rectify this. And as you can see, we still have one advantage that we have, which is our Ganyu is still at 9 HP and Secchu is at 2 HP. We're going to end our round first because we cannot do anything. But the good thing is that, look at our passive attacks. It is constantly attacking the character. It is always worth it to check characters that have passive attacks if you are going to pick your selection of cards. And if you feel like you cannot do well with the current cards, always pick a good healer that actually can heal your cards, because getting a healing card is actually kind of hard. Well, I rarely get the card from the many times I have played this game. So if you feel like you can handle the attacks, always make sure to bring a healer, and it wouldn't hurt to just bring one of them. In this case, I'm going to switch characters while also attacking. This is one of the advantages that I have from Magu Genki. You can deploy your passive attacks and quickly switching, which doesn't take any dice or turns. And in this case, we can safely eliminate Secchu. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
I have taught well played.
And just like that, we have our Ganyu at full energy, which means we can do burst, or better yet, if we have a card that could help us do that. Unfortunately, I don't have any elemental dice left, so...
Disappear!
Okay, we just barely survived that. I thought every single time you use your burst, it's going to do 5 damage. Okay, thankfully it's not the case. However, I should also explain to you the critical HP in this game. So if your HP is 3, basically you are vulnerable because some of the characters' skill can do 3 damage. Or if you are 5 and you are imbued with any element, make sure to avoid doing any reactions. In some cases, some characters have a really high damage with their burst. In my previous time of playing this Genius Invocation TCG back in the 3.5 update with Sino near the cat's tail, I feel that damage. So basically Sino was hitting me with 7 damage. And that is basically one of the biggest damage I have ever seen. So maybe it could be just a reaction or...
Wait! Let me think for a second.
So one of the key things in this card game is to point your damage at a single character. Eliminate one first, and then you can think of the other. So...
All hail!
Okay, we just won our first game from the opponent's blunder. Well, it's pretty clear.
Turns out I couldn't just place all of my trust in the guide. You truly were a worthy opponent.
Okay, so of course we won and we will get a cutscene, and because of that I will also be including a cutscene of what happened when you lost. So basically, to put it into a simple way, what I did there was not to pick just any random character. Well, my choice was just a little bit lucky because Ganyu just can deal damage to characters that are not active with her skill, albeit with costing 5 cryo elemental dice, but it can be very useful at times. For example, how I just said that you should concentrate your damage at a single character and make sure to eliminate them first, and it can be really handy. For example, if the opponent has a character that has 2 or less HP and it is inactive because the opponent is smart and he knows what will happen if that card is active, which means the character will get killed, using Ganyu's elemental skill with 5 cryo elemental dice will certainly eliminate the character. It depends on the choice of your card and the luck, of course, because in this case the game gives us all 8 elemental dice to be omni-elemental, meaning that we can do whatever element we wanted. In this case, we have successfully eliminated every single one of them. And just to be sure, just to say to you guys, the blunder that the opponent did last time was clearly obvious. So my Ganyu is at 1 HP, and what does that mean is that the opponent should just attack. 1 HP is very vulnerable, meaning that you just need to attack, but instead the opponent just used 火桃's elemental skill which deals no damage to the opponent. And if you have a character, a vulnerable character, make sure to attack. Just attack before it gets killed.
We're in a real competition, so please don't feel obliged to go easy on me. I'll be looking into building a more optimal deck. It's a formal competition after all, and I shouldn't make a fool of myself.
Okay, so we will be playing against Ayaka in this match, so let's get started.
We're in a real competition, so please don't feel obliged to go easy on me.
Okay, we still get the 2 bonus energy that we have on our previous 2 matches, but we get a different buff this time. Previously we have 8 Omni-Elemental dice, and right now it's no longer the case, which means this now depends more on our luck than our skill. But it's still the same, so I'm going to be picking the 2 recommended cards and also Kokomi. And this is a point that I want to emphasize before. I want to play safe, but also doing quite a lot of damage. So I have to make sure that my characters can actually do damage. Not like when you mix Dendro with Cryo, because it does not make sense. This time I'm going to be picking these cards as usual, and now my starting character will be this guy. I'm going to try out this guy first, and somehow his HP is low at around 6. I don't know why. As you can see, the buff, I mean the advantage that we get from the 8 Omni-Elemental dice is no longer here, which means we have to play a bit carefully, and if we don't get enough dice, then we would just have to switch characters, and we'll still get the 2 bonus energy from before. Alright, so I'm going to be trying out this burst actually, because I don't know how does it work. And okay, so now we get a new passive attacks to work with, and I currently don't know how does it work. So the best thing to do was to do a reaction, so I am going to switch to Raiden. And I don't know if I can still do damage though.
Stay close and you will live.
I'll finish with this.
Okay, I was kind of relieved, because I thought that would do around 5 damage, but it turns out it doesn't. So here we can actually do burst, but unfortunately we don't have enough elemental dice. So I'm thinking about converting one of these into the Electro. There's a pyro damage, and I think we must do a damage, at least 1 or 2. We don't have enough though. Which card should we sacrifice? I think this one, because currently don't really need them at the moment. And so let's do our elemental skill, and I hope this will get along with the passive attack that we have from that Pyro Abyss Mage, no, Abyss Herald, yeah. And oh of course the other damage comes later from Xiangling's burst. No wonder why. Well, it's still no wonder why this did 2 damage. Okay, draw 2 cards. Alright, let's see the damage. Come on. 1. Oh, it does it to everyone. Okay, but the Raiden skill. Oh, okay. That's a good passive, by the way. Because the first thing that you're going to think about when after getting hit by an elemental reaction, especially something as harsh as overcharged Electro and Pyro, is to switch characters, because they would probably do around 5 damage, and you would want to protect the characters that got badly damaged, if he or she would still be of any help.
Take heart. Victory will be ours.
And in this case, considering how badly damaged my other 2 cards are, which is the Pyro Abyss and Raiden, the best thing to do, okay, they just did a reaction on me, is to heal everyone. And so Kokomi right now can heal both Raiden and herself. And do 5 damage in the meantime, which is very good. Okay, so since we do currently have those passive attacks that currently do a good amount of damage, actually, about 4, 1 to everyone and 3 to the characters that are active at the moment. And now we still have some of the Kokomi's card. Of course, I forgot to use it. Again, my bad habit. And we can switch to any of these two characters, either to Raiden or to the Pyro Abyss. And I'm going to switch to Pyro Abyss for a obvious reason. Because my Raiden got damaged. I mean, her HP is now 6, and which is, 5, which is basically the same as the Pyro Abyss. And I would want to protect Raiden for the time being, so that I can use Raiden later. And it is always best to protect your characters if they are not in good health. For example, Raiden. Raiden is 5, but also imbued with element, which means any other reactions can kill her. And so in this case, I'm going to just do the basic attack first. Only 1, but at least we do something. And adds our energy point. So now we need 1 more before we can do our burst. Alright, and so since we can't do anything anymore, we are going to end our round right now. Okay, let's see how this plays out. Shenhe is still at 9 HP. They never play that card, so it's like I never get to attack Shenhe. Okay, but
Pardon my indiscretion.
okay, do you see how that played out?
I see you've improved significantly.
I mean, I'm going to say this just to clarify, okay? I mean, we did kill Secchu first when we matched with Secchu, and then we, of course, eliminated Ayaka when we matched with Ayaka. It was not my intention, okay? It was just a coincidence that they used their own card very early in the beginning, which means they are getting damaged very early too. So it's not my fault. And also, this system of directly switching characters can be, of course, it's not flawless. And the flaw that you see right now is that, of course, Shenhe got a reaction from my passive attacks, but that would force it to switch. And did you see the advantage that we are in? Xiangling is at 5 HP, imbued with Pyro, and our Raiden Burst is full, which means we can deploy and eliminate Xiangling with an astonishingly high A damage.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Dinner's gonna burn. It's not over yet.
Cryo incarnate! The thunderful sight.
I will not allow myself to fall behind today.
Okay, so sometimes a great buff like that, the auto switching, is really handy. But if you can abuse the system, like how I did, it can also turn into your advantage. And in this case, there is no way that Ayaka will win this time. I'm so sorry to say, but this will be my second victory for today. Oh, okay, so it's oh, what? Did it just revive? Did it just revive? Oh, I did not know. Okay, so basically, okay, I see how this can come in handy. Okay, 6 HP in the beginning, and when it's dead, it's going to have 3 additional HP. I can see how this can come in your advantage. For example, if your Pyro Abyss has only 1 HP, and for example, imbued with Pyro, and then Sino, bam, minus 7 HP, it's going to damage that 1 HP, and then it would still revive, and we just won our second match. Good game, good game. Congratulations, everyone.
I really was beaten by the best. Were you distracted during our match? I could tell.
Okay, so we have finished our battle with Ayaka. Okay, next we're going to Sumeru, of course, to battle and have a duel with our last opponents. Okay, so let me just make sure for a second. 0 Hour Invocation, and yes, if you win against a character on a serious showdown, then you're going to be able to claim all prizes. Of course, for Amber I can't because I lost. That's another proof to you guys that I lost to Amber, and I had... Okay, so let's go to Sumeru. Real quick, and there we go. And Sumeru is the only nations where I didn't get to see the battle arena myself, because, well, when the event story get to the 4th day, of course it's Sumeru's turn. Well, the event has ended, unfortunately. So we are directed to Caravan Ribat, where we meet Sino and we continue hunting down the supposed card snatcher. It was a fun little story. I would recommend you watch it in our channel. I try to pick every single dialogue options, and I also try to upload as fast as possible. So that's what you get if you watch my channel. And today we are going to be playing against our opponent in Sumeru here. But unfortunately, I haven't known quite a lot of card tricks yet. So if it turns out to be Sino, and it could be quite problematic, but I think I have trained quite a bit before in Windbloom. But that also sounds unlikely because, well, in every single nation I never face the champion. So, well, other than Sino, I don't know who can play cards like the TCG. Is it Archaitam or Kave or Dinari? I don't know.
Whoa, there are so many players crowded around. I'm getting kinda nervous. You're leaving? Me? I'm gonna meet up with Master. Where were we supposed to meet again?
Okay, we're going to a duel with Kale. So if you've talked to Dinari, which is near the Denjo damage bonus artifact domain, it would make sense because he talks about Kale, and which is exactly the opponent we're facing this time.
Whoa, there are so many players crowded around. I'm getting kinda nervous.
Alright, if you read through it, it's the exact same buff basically, so I'm not going to spend any longer. I'm going to be picking, of course, the new characters because it's in the recommended aisle. I'm going to be picking Nahida, and it is all okay. So it is also important to be diverse in the term that you are picking characters that are different in element and can do reaction. In this case, Denjo, Hydro, and Pyro. I will pick characters that can do reaction, and not only that, but also to make sure that you are not heavily implying on a single element. For if you pick, for example, Oceanid, you're not going to pick another Hydro character, because then if the card doesn't, if you roll the dice and there are no Hydro elemental dice, then you will struggle. You will really struggle, because you are effectively forced to play only one card, which is not good. It's never good. So this time I'm going to be playing as Nahida. So the good thing here is that... Okay, it's kind of random. Basically, they tell us to pick a character first before rolling the dice. That is basically to, well, to trick us and to prank us if the time ever comes. And thankfully we have at least one Denjo card.
Guilty!
Then I presumably can't play the card that I have because I have 2 energies. See, just 1 card. So the reduction in cost while using the cards is really helpful in this case, because sometimes the character you want to play doesn't always get lucky with the roll of the elemental dice. So yeah, we can try that. So how much damage will it get? Okay, I'll try to play this card. 4 damage, not bad for a starting point. Alright, and from all the characters I pick Somehow, all of them has only 2 energies, which means we gain an advantage here. And then, like, of course, Collei Burst. I've experienced, and in fact, I think the Collei stack, which is exactly this one, Collei, Sino, and Kokomi, is the exact same one. Okay. I just realized that if you click anywhere, it just gives you like some kind of things based on the region you're playing in. I thought that's kind of cool. By the way, Collei's deck is exactly the same with Sino's deck back at Windbloom. If you have watched my video, there are 2 parts. It's the exact same. Like, basically there's no difference. There's Collei, there's Sino, and there's Kokomi. It's the exact same one. So I might have a bit of experience. Okay, it's Sino. If it's Sino and at full burst, it's a death match, which means that...
Is it time for me to join you?
Well, it's not going to be good if Sino uses his burst. Okay, I'm going to end my round and hope for the best this time. Okay, it's typical damage, -2. And I am imbued with Dendro and the opponent and their round first. And what does this mean? Sino burst equals 7 damage, and it is never good. Okay, I have experienced it before exactly because that is the exact deck I am playing against at Windbloom back in 3.5 update. And this is the card I've been playing with. Oh, okay, I'm quite lucky here. Okay, I'm sorry. There is no way an opponent would do that in a serious showdown. There is no way that is possible. No way. That is a massive blunder.
Forest Rain, which card should I play here? Billowing Surge!
Okay, so clearly Collei is doing something which is a massive blunder. It is very clear that is the best option at that time was to switch to Kokomi, then use her burst to heal Collei. And somehow I also eliminated Collei while playing with Collei, which means I have eliminated their own cards 3 times in a row against who I'm fighting with. Again, you can clearly see how that is a wrong move, and there's no way that is possible in a serious showdown.
Very well. I shall put my official duties to one side for the moment.
I cannot believe it. Okay, so as you can see right now, there is a very specific reason why I switched to Ayato, and you will see why. If you look at all of my characters right now, every single one of them is imbued with elements. That means if Sino hits us with a burst, which means 7 damage, it will kill any one of our character instantly, which means we have to sacrifice. This is a sacrifice, and I am picking Ayato. I'm sorry, but it is a sacrifice that has to be done. And unfortunately, it is time.
Judgment is upon you. But the plan was watertight.
Time to That's more like it.
Okay, it is exactly what I remembered back then when fighting against Sino in the Windbloom Festival. 7 damage, that is very high. Okay, and I cannot believe it with my own eyes until I see it. Okay, I'm just going to deal this skill with 5 elemental dice and slay. Okay, that's not the right choice of word, but we did a Virgin, and unfortunately, Kokomi's dead.
Strategy needed. What did Master teach me again?
And see, this is no way that... Okay, still 7 damage. Okay, by the way, this is no way that you want to play a character. Make sure that you distribute your opponent's attack evenly to all of your characters. Okay, goodbye Sino. Okay, make sure to distribute your opponents attack evenly to all characters and make sure that none of them is dead unless necessary. Okay? If you are focusing your opponent's attack on a single character, that is what's dangerous. Make sure to keep the attacks spread out, like just what I did and what the opponent does not understand by switching to Kale instead of Kokomi when it is clearly dangerous to do so. And of course, we have achieved victory this time.
Share my love.
My judgment has failed.
And that is our third victory for this day.
I've never been in a situation like that before. I finally won! Looks like my trip here wasn't in vain after all.
Okay, we literally just won against 3 of our opponents here. Maybe our fight with Amber was just our lack of skill, because that time I did not pay attention to my cards. I just do whatever I want, which is a bad mistake actually. Okay, let me just redeem my loss with Amber and see if I can actually achieve victory this time, which if I did, I'm going to claim all of the rewards because I have done every single event before. And this is our last opponent on our last event. So let's get started. Okay. Come on, Cheerful Torchbearer, or yeah, Cheerful Torchbearer.
So you're the one I'll be playing against. It's a real competition this time, so you'd better be ready.
Okay, so it is our rematch time. I think that time I lost not only due to my lack of skill, but also I picked the wrong team. So I'm going to be picking Venti. I think that time I picked Xiao. I don't remember. And I'm also going to pick Official and Oceanid. The reason is that for reactions with Oceanid, of course, Official is not in the recommended, but I'm picking it also. And today I'm going to be dumping cards that offers extra dice or switching dices. It's called a die. What is the plural of dice? I think it's die. Anyway, because we are given omni-elemental dice, that kind of card is going to be absolutely useless. Not only that, Amber's team should be a disadvantage if not for the fact that we have omni-elemental dice. And I will also be picking Oceanid early on to, of course, deploy every single passive attacks that I can give.
Time for a showdown! No escape!
Okay, Amber might actually be a good character in this card game.
River carving rabbits.
Well, so basically this is the exact same strategy that I used to fight Hongyu or before with Secchu, which is basically to use a skill and then your burst is full and then use your burst, which in this also exactly spent all of our elemental dice. The exact same case with Zhongli. Unfortunately though, because it spends exactly 8 elemental dice and there is only ever one card that would recover or give you any dice in the middle of a duel, a round, before going to the other round, then exactly the problem is that, well, my Oceanid passive will attack alone without Electro, and because I can attack now, this is a massive blunder again.
Huh? No, wait!
I'll protect us.
Where is the Pure Land?
The threads of your... I've been practicing really hard.
And it's okay if our Oceanid die, because we have Official, and as you can see, Oceanid's passive is still there, meaning that if we deploy Oz, we can do Burst, and not only that, we also can do a reaction now. 1 damage, it's okay, but we deploy Oz, and we can do reaction.
Come on, we can do it.
my opponent decided that it would be a great idea to waste Barbara's burst.
Give me a moment to compose myself.
Not a very wise decision. They should have used Barbara at the time when Amber is critical with a low HP. Okay, so I think they might have switched to Klee just to do her skill maybe? Well, that means our electrocharge attack will be going straight to Klee, and I don't know how much damage will she get. 5. And then of course Barbara heals. But it was too late for Amber. She's dead now. Okay, good game. And every single one of my characters' burst is ready, so I can do this. That's it. That's very good. So I don't forget to use. Okay. Should I use this?
Let's play.
Okay, that's very good damage. And well, my opponent didn't switch to Barbara yet, so I think I'm going to use my burst. But the damage is 2, which means that if my opponent switch, unless I can get the damage through, then Klee is going to still be alive. I don't really know. Should I switch to official or should I just continue? Because then if my opponent switch to Barbara, then Barbara can do reaction to Fenty, and it wouldn't end up being good. So I think I'm going to switch to official because that's the best option right now. Alright, welcome to the segment of I made 2 mistakes in 1 match.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Yay, I did it! Oh no, now my thoughts are all jumbled up.
Well, just like what I said before, it's kind of like chess. If you only have 2 characters at the moment, and the characters that is dying, if she or he can't deal enough damage, then you shouldn't continue, and you should try to find a safe environment. For example, when your character has enough HP to finally use the burst, then you can do that, which is definitely not the case here. And now we are at a massive advantage against Barbara. Okay, let's just see how this played out. And we no longer have any passive attacks, and we cannot deploy Oz because nobody will do any reaction right now because Oceanid is dead. Fortunately, Barbara's HP is 2, and 1 Venti skill is enough to kill Barbara, which is exactly what we're doing right now because all of our characters dead, switching character is free, and that means that 1 single burst will kill Barbara.
Time for takeoff.
I feel a little weak.
And that's how I win 4 matches in a row.
Whoa, you're so much better than everyone I've played against. I won this round.
Okay, because we have won every single round, and conveniently in a single recording, we won 4 times in a row. That means there's only one thing left to do, is to claim all of our rewards. First, from the battle pass, now I remember the name. Okay, this much XP. See, we're straight to level 19, almost 20, which means we almost can claim the Acquaint Fate. And now, let's go! We can finally get our free weapon today, because last time we get free weapon. This time, last time in 3.6 update, we get free character. This time we get free weapon. It's always the tradition in Genshin to always give you free weapon, free character, free weapon, free character, and it's always like that forever. With the beginning in 1.0 update with visual. And so, this is finally time. Yes, we did it! We did it, boys! Okay, it's always great. It's always great to know. But unfortunately, it's always that last orb that is full. That always ruins our fun. Anyway, because the whole point of the fight is finally over, and thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. I don't know how long I will take to finish my Japanese video, but I think it's close now. I'm going to give you guys an update of my Japanese video if there's some problems on it, but I will definitely upload it. And so this is it. And also it's not fun if I made my Japanese video but I didn't tell my Japanese teacher about that. So I'm also going to be telling my Japanese teacher about my Japanese video. I don't know if I will take any other time to finish this video, but I think it's done. It's almost done, at least. Just a little bit of polishing. There's our free weapon. I didn't see the prescriptions. Let me just see how it's a attack weapon. Okay, I think I can give it to child or someone else. I don't know. However, I'm just going to claim our crown, and there we go. We have just bought every single exclusive rewards that you can get in this event. And so, stay tuned for my Japanese video, by the way. It is coming very soon, and I will tell you guys about it. And also, more Genshin videos will be coming soon after my Japanese video is over. Unfortunately, I cannot play any new events if my previous event recording hasn't been done yet, because then I would clutter my phone and I would still need space for recording. So that's a bit unfortunate, but at least we're here and we have completed every single event up to the point where I can buy every single reward and get it for myself. And so let's see which character suits this weapon the best. Okay. I'm just going to dump those pink crystals first. This will be kind of boring, but anyway, see you guys in the next video, and I will tell you guys about the update if the video ever comes out, and I hope you guys can enjoy it, and make sure to share the video with everyone. That certainly helps me and my channel. My previous 3 videos about comparing languages have been a massive success, although it only gains about 200 views. That is one of the highest in my channel. Kind of feel like cheated at this moment with 2 months of hard work not getting enough views. So please help me. Just watching the videos and or subscribing would be a lot of help, to be honest. And that's it I want to say. And I'm going to upgrade this HP weapon and give it to Candice and Mika. I just need a reason to dump this pink crystals, by the way. I don't know why I always I'm always full of those pink crystals. In fact, I don't know, maybe because I farm in the Adventures Guild too much, actually. But anyway, because we've claimed it, and then we can claim the rest of the reward. And I don't know why, but somehow when I open the event page, it always takes a long time to load. Okay, at least I can claim all of our rewards today. And that's it. Okay, it's full again. I'm not dealing with this. Okay, I'm just going to end this video right now. Okay. Can't even claim anything. Okay, and goodbye. I guess. Hey, at least I can claim the awards now. I gotta crop that. I don't know what to say anymore, but it's kind of sad that every time I finish battling with someone, they don't stay to chat with me. It was different with the Golden Apple Archipelago back then in like 1.6 update, where I can still chat with everyone even after the battle finished. I really wish like Kaya, Mika, and everyone would still be here when I, well, chat with them, so that I can talk with them anytime I wanted. And it wouldn't break the game because the character, it would, because in Kazuha, the character would be required in 2 different places, so We could have just picked any other different character and I would still be able to talk to Kaya here, I think, and Timmy. Okay, but it's okay. We have finished the whole event. And by the way, I really want Yaimiko right now to do electro reaction with Dendro. I forgot what it's called. I think with Spread or Aggravate. And so let me just check. Do I have enough Primal Gems? Okay. There's a lot of rewards, I can tell. Alright. And let's just check in our shop. I don't know how long will it be until the banner ends, but I only have 5. That's not enough. That's definitely not enough. So if you complete the whole event, then you're going to be able to do 5 wishes. Then anyway, I'll see you next time and bye bye.